Okay, the British media can cope with the headline on the left, so they twisted it into the headline on the right. This is the thing that I was saying at the beginning. They can tell the truth. They have to put a spin into things to create drama, unnecessary drama. Okay, there's People magazine here. Prince Harry tells Anderson Cooper he doesn't see himself returning to working royal role. Alright, so what spin did they do here? Okay, there's Hello. Prince Harry comment on possible return as senior royal following move to America with Meghan Markle. They better be careful, because I think there's a lawsuit Harry is going, I don't know how it goes. I think they misquoted him on, I think the Daily Mail misquoted him, and he called them to court for that. I think that had to do with security or something like that. So they better be careful. There's me here. Why are they making their tactics so obvious? Okay, I fixed my spelling. Okay, obvious with a S. It blows my mind that after everything that happened, they still want to hang on to their impossible dream that Harry will come back, hat in hand and alone. Okay, whatever's there. That one left a bruise. Funny how they forgot about stripping the titles when he said have it. I ain't never going back. Okay, this is the UK tabloid magazine that lists a juice blender and Pilates reformer as yearly expenses. Really? Okay, to exaggerate Duchess of Sussex annual fitness budget, which is nobody's business. She is not UK funded. Meghan had money and had fitness regimen before she met Prince Harry. It's so ridiculous. Oh my God. Look at the face here. They spent too much time lying about a return. There's that. This has hurt them deeply. And the thing is that the headline that they put, which is so stupid, and then later when you hear the truth, I wonder if they feel embarrassed about that. Oh my God. They just think about the cash now. They packet it and then they worry about the next one. But they're not trying to keep a straight face. Okay, this has hurt them deeply. Okay, at this stage, I'm really struggling to tell the difference between the British tabloid and bloody Beano or Viz. Okay, PS, for non-Brits, Bevo and Viz are typical British comics. Beano was a children's comic and Viz was highly satirical. Okay, British media just cannot stop lying. Let's go to the next one. Is that the one? Let me make sure. The British, okay. I didn't want to skip anything. Couple times I skip, and then when I'm editing and I find out I skipped them, and I just leave it out completely. Next week, okay, Prince Harry doing all these interviews is to protect his family. He knows what the royal family is capable of and wants to make sure this rift stays public, protects him from a tunnel accident for now. Okay, yeah, no, this is really the best explanation I've seen. The Sussexes are in perhaps the most precautious and situation as tabloid are in rapid escalation mode. First, Harry and Meghan opted for flight. The abuse did not end. It appears they are now in the fight of their lives. Okay, boycott Murdoch. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Absolutely. Yeah, they left. What is it? Harry, Meghan even said she didn't even, they wanted all the tabloid when Harry was explaining to Meghan. That's like in the UK thing. Okay. That they have to be in the tabloid all the time. And Meghan was like, you could have all the headlines you want. And I have said this where Harry and Meghan only care about the charities, what they could do for the people. So Harry and Meghan was like, they could have all the headlines that they want. She's moving out. But instead, they follow her through. It's like, my goodness, if they're not going to, it's the same thing where they complain about the Fragmore. Okay, to pay the thing back, they pay it back. Okay, we have all the receipt, all the things that they done to please the people. Look at even the title. We didn't even know. Now we know Harry had said they could take the title. Okay, but for months, maybe years, they're talking about taking the title. They even did something where people sign for them to take the title. Nothing. Okay, so each time they do something, they complain about something, Harry and Meghan comply, apply to it and return the money and do this, do that. Okay, they move to a next problem. So now I understand this person very well. So now, because each time they think they will stop bothering them, but now You have to face them face to face. Fight with fire. And now they're telling them to be quiet. Okay? You want them to be quiet? Stop writing nonsense about them. Okay? Absolutely. I think this is a very good response. Both of them. I didn't see his response when I bookmarked it. I only saw this. But the response to it was perfect. Okay? Probably best he doesn't travel to England. He has the perfect excuse. Archie's birthday. I've been saying that. Okay? If there is anything our prayers doesn't hurt to put it out there in the universe. Alright, whatever the prayers do, let it continue doing. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because there's people who's putting nonsense here. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because these are things that I thought about because they are such in a negative way. I don't want to share it. Okay, I'm gonna blur. The screen is gonna be blank when I get to this tweet because it's very. There's a lot of negative. It's probably giving other people's idea. Okay, next tweet. Palace sources were never exhausted by the anti-Meghan stories because they were the ones leaking them in exchange for positive coverage. Warriors are exhausted with Harry and Meghan's stream of misinformation. Sources reveal as experts warns Duke is latest complaint as he promotes new book are not the way to get your father and brother back. Harry should do whatever he feels is right. Okay, for 6 years they've been talking nonsense about them. Okay, it's funny they keep telling Harry to shut up and Meghan to zip it, but Angela Levine, Piers Morgan, Jeremy Clarkson, everybody else keep talking. There's that. I don't want to go into that. Okay, because I'm already thinking of things. I don't want when I click on it and then I'm saying them. Okay, LOL. It goes to show that they can dish it out but can't take it. Good luck with that. I love hearing what Prince Harry and Meghan has to say. They are my teachers. I'm being to understand and unlearn all the negativity forced down our throat by the media. Okay, funny how they never tired of lying. Alright, after leaking endless for years now, palace sources and royal insiders exhausted. It's fine when they do the talking, but when the victims talk back, now they are tired. There's that. Anyone can be a royal expert. Okay, I'm gonna stop in between. 8 seconds. Oh my god, YouTube give me a hard time with
credibility. I mean, anyone can be a royal expert. The whole point of it is to try and lend legitimacy to the media.
I am a royal expert. Anyone can be. I think I am one now. And the other thing here that he said, I'm glad they bring this. To bring legitimacy to what they write. Okay?
Try and lend legitimacy to media articles, and they get paid for it. Extra credibility.
The legitimate of their writing. You know, when you do research, you look for things. This is what I mean by that. With what's the other guy? Is it Tom Brown, the one who wrote the book about Meghan, where every single page or maybe every single paragraph is lies, 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 lies. So the legitimacy they were doing by publishing this thing, okay, where I said it was for the future, not for us now. So I wonder if Harry or Meghan in particular is gonna challenge this book that was written about her. But then again, you know what? Let's see. Alright, LOL. Maybe the book that she's gonna write. I did say at one point that maybe what somebody should do to respond to the book that I think it's Tom Brown. Every single pages, okay, that they wrote, and to put the correction of it. Believe me, if I was a good writer, that's what I would do. If I was a good writer. Okay, and the title will be in response to this particular book. This is what every lie that he says in the book, and then I respond to it. This is it, and then publish it, probably almost close to the same title as the book with all the lies. LOL, they can name them. We're tired of their coward behavior hiding behind palace sources. OMG, the hypocrisy of these people who live in castles off of taxpayers' funding. Okay, pretending for a second that everything in the last 6 years never happened, except for William sending enough to make Meghan lose her case. Royal family letting Meghan be abused endlessly on their social media and saying nothing regarding Clarkson. Those are verified and excusable and prove Harry and Meghan's right. Let's see here. I have no doubt some of the sources collected some coins. Okay, they are so silly. Don't watch or listen or talk about Harry and Meghan exhausted sources, and you'll be just fine. More fun for us. Okay, it's amazing how abusers get tired of the game when they started losing. Some good comment here. After was this: British media is tired of having their narrative challenged and having their misdeed paraded in front of a global audience, but they aren't too tired to stop writing about them. Feces in the water. That's right. No heat for Holmes and hungry Brits. All take a back seat to Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who aren't even local. Okay, nameless, faceless royal sources are exhausting to the general public. More complaining and explaining from the left behind royals. There's the rolling eye. Get father and brother back. With family members like those two. Okay, gotta hand it to the media. Harry and Meghan post the front page article that proves they are being lied about and harassed, and the media continues to pretend we can't see them. Alright, who said the Duke wants his toxic, treasonous, adulterous father and brother back? The treasonous part. He has moved on with the people who love him, his wife and children. He's now explaining why. Okay, who are these royal sources? Alright, now I'm moving on to book release. I have 4 tweets on that. I'm probably gonna cut this video into 2. I listed at the beginning. I have Diana, one tweet on that. Going after Cooper, I had 4 tweets on that. Stay quiet, I had 10 on that, which I just finished. And book release, I have 4 on that, and this is my first one. Okay, and then I have TikTok, and then that's it. After that, TikTok is 2 tweets. Okay, and actually it's 1 tweet on TikTok and another one regarding Archwell. I just put them together. Okay, next tweet. Friends below is a tiny bit of the massive coverage for Spare in the last day or 2. I could easily make 3 more. You cannot buy this level of publicity. Love him or hate him, Harry has something to say, and the world better sit up and listen. Okay, let's see some of these here. Okay, these are all the things talking about him. Oh my goodness, you can pause your screen to read it, to read them, because there's a whole bunch of other one. Okay, let's see here. Bien dit. Okay, that's a different language. Say enjoyable. Okay, this is the reason they hate him. Members of the royal family have written books and giving TV interviews, but no one has star power like Harry. Yep. Alright, so let's move on. Not much comment. Next one. That's good. I like when it's short. Okay, love it. Okay, LOL. Those fears won't be able to get a copy from Spare via the Australian release to write a story until it's released at 12 a.m. on January 10. Let's see here. Oh, it's a thread. Oh, that was... Oh. This is long. Okay, let's see here. And then I'll go back. Oh shit, where did it start? What in the name? Okay, I don't want to cover all of this. Oh damn, 20 hours ago. Shit, this is all about the Spare. 21 hours ago. Okay, let me go back and then go back into it so I could get it exactly where I wanted it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, security level around release of Prince Harry's memoir Spare are as high as those around publication of J.K. Rowling's final Harry Potter's book. Okay, security ramps up as publication looms for Duke of Sussex Spare memoir. Prince Harry and Penguin Random House plan to ensure it's shared. Security ramps up as a publication loop for Duke of Sussex Spare memoir. Okay, I just read that. Not since the last Harry book has security been so tight as publication looms for the Duke of Sussex memoir. The ultra secure arrangement echoed those of the final installment of the Harry Potter series 16 years ago, insiders said yesterday. Okay, publishers last spent millions of pounds trying to stop Harry Potter plot leaking. Wow. Prince Harry and Penguin Random House plan to ensure it's shared simultaneously around the world next Tuesday. Security ranks up as publication looms for Duke of Sussex Spare memoir. Okay, there's this. Back then, publishers spent millions of pounds trying to stop the plot line being leaked before it went on sale in bookshops. This week, an enormous logistic operation is underway around Prince Harry's bombshell biography, Spare. The Duke and his publishers, Penguin Random House, are going to great lengths to ensure it is published simultaneously around the world next Tuesday. The Duke and his publishers, Penguin Random House, are going to great length to ensure Spare is published simultaneously. Okay, let's repeat it again. Okay, the Duke and okay, you could freeze that. The Duke and his publishers, Penguin Random House, are going to great length. Okay, it's repeating almost the same thing. All right, there's that. Let's read some of the. Okay, I'm trying not to go into the thread. I'm just reading what's there. Okay. What is that now? 14 hours ago. Publisher. Okay, they're saying the same thing. All right, so I'm gonna. The Spare is being published. What? 16 language? Okay, let me read that. The hardback will be in the UK bookshop when they open on Tuesday morning, with the ebook edition available to download on Kindle from shortly after midnight on the same day. Spare is being published in 16 languages, including Chinese, Finnish, Hungarian, Spanish, and Portuguese, but in theory, no one in any country will be able to get their hands on an early copy. Although the official release date is January 10, readers in Australia, which is 11 hours ahead of the UK, have been left in no doubt that for them, copies will only become available on January 11. In the United States, which is 5 to 8 hours behind Britain, it will be the evening on Monday. Okay, that's that. Although, okay, 11 hours ahead of the UK, have been left and no doubt that for them, copies will only become available in January 11. In the United States, which is 5 to 8 hours behind Britain, it will be the evening on Monday, January 9th, when ebook copies of the tom become available on Kindle at the same moment as the clock strike midnight on Tuesday morning in the UK. Harry's tell-all book is expected to double down on his attack on the royal family. While King Charles may be spared the worst of the Duke's rage, the book is understood to contain damaging detail about his bitter fallout with his brother, with both William and his wife Kate coming under fire, and it's 416 pages. Okay, we do not know. There you are saying how much they're keeping it secure and all of that. We do not know. We do not know. And the thing is that if Harry is upset with Catherine, I will not be surprised, because when you look, when Catherine, at least through the outside and looking at the pictures that were being published about them, you see Harry being so nice to Kate, you know, treating her like a woman, a lady, okay, fixing her wedding veil, do all of those stuff, calling William to come and get your wife, put the umbrella over her head, and all of that. The treatment that Harry gave Catherine, and then for Catherine to go and backstab him like this along with his wife, you could understand Harry. Okay, through pictures alone, you could understand. And then for her to be plotting, I will understand where he cannot really tell William what to do. Okay, but at least don't participate. That I will understand. Don't be anywhere near the brother's rift. Don't participate. Don't help your husband to put down your brother's wife or anything. Just stay out of it completely. At least we would have understand. But she participated in it, you know, cheering, and you know, I guess the picture that I have of it, of her toasting to job well done to Connor for backstabbing Meghan. Okay, so don't participate. This I will have understand. Okay, stay out of it. Don't give any ideas, or don't even bother knowing what was going on, because I could understand the institution you marry into. Okay, that thing was already there. You can tell them what to do. But once you know this nonsense is going on, knowing how Harry treated you, tell your husband, I want no part of it. I do not want to know. Okay, that way you don't try to warn Harry about things that will be happening. The more you don't know, you stay out of it completely. All right, that's what I would have done. That's what I would have done if that was me, because that institution was already there. They were already backstabbers. They it's in their blood to do this kind of thing. But you, who grew up on the outside, to participate in it. It's like, I guess then again, when you see the the doormat, she already gave all her dignity away before she even married into the royal family. I guess she was trying to please them. But anyway, if Harry said whatever he says, he has good reason, because he showed her so much respect as she married into the royal family. And I think in one clip, I don't think I have it. If I do, I don't know where it is. In one clip, Harry had said, it's like a sister he wish he had, or something like that. Alright, when copies were sent out to retailers, lorries were fitted with satellite tracking system, which will reveal if any of the vehicle deviated from their intended route. What? Okay. Let's see here. There's more. The books were on a sealed pallet fitted with alarm to prevent tampering. Print factory workers were threatened with the sack if they leak any detail, while German publishers banned mobile phone and even packed lunches in the printing plant. Some employees reportedly had to work in near darkness to prevent them reading the book. Amazon, what? Cordon off special section of its warehouse to ensure restrict access. Harry wanted that to be, once you know, because he already know. I'm telling you, Harry knows how the media works. He knows. And then you have your wife who studied these kind of things. My goodness, these are two brilliant couples.
What did you study at college?
I double majored theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit.
Okay, I read that. With Harry Potter series, security was threatened with each volume. With book 5, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, forklift driver Donald Parfit from Suffolk was ordered to do 180 hours community service after he admitted stealing pages from the printing plant where he worked. Then with book 6, Harry Potter and the Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Aaron Lambert was jailed for 4.5 years for stealing copies and trying to sell them. Oh my lord. Yeah, can you imagine? The person took time to write those things, and that's business. This is how writers make money. Okay, I can read the first line. Okay, did bend over backward to help Harry and Meghan. Unfortunately, it was never enough for them. They wanted it their way or not at all, which is why many of the conclusion that they intend to live or try and develop this impossible hybrid half-in and half-out role from very start. In a publicity blitz to promote his book, Harry has given interviews to ITV News presenter Tom Bradby, which will be screened on Sunday evening, and U.S. anchor Anderson Cooper for CBS News 60-minute show the same night. Trailers for both programs suggest the 38-year-old prince will complain to royal family is refusing to reconcile with him and Meghan. I think they did say they move on. Let's see here. Okay, apparently this is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I didn't know
how dreadful the media.
I didn't know all of this were part of this. Okay.
How dreadful the media had been in the institution of the royal family. I suspect, just from the short trailer and the way you've described what the interview was set up to be, Chris, that this is going to be more about the royal family and the institution.
I think that's right. Remember, both his interviews are being done in advance of his book, so-called Spare, or that's the title of the book, but we think it comes from the whole heir and the spare thing. It's being released. Well, quite. It's being released next Tuesday, and these interviews air on ITV and CBS on Sunday night. Now, look.
That sounds like Chris Chip. Okay, maybe it is. Chris Shipyard. Okay, there it is. The squad. Chris Shipyard. Okay.
You know how books normally work is that they do a serialization in newspapers. They stick it in the Daily Mail or the Times or wherever else. Harry's made it quite clear what he thinks about the newspapers.
I was going to say, I'm not sure the Mail's first on his list.
Look at this. Everybody's talking about it, and he knows his value, and then you guys usually lie, so he doesn't need you. He's literally showing you how it could be done without you guys getting into his business. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think he's going to take the Mail shilling in order to serialise his book. So he's done a couple of interviews to get the publicity surrounding the book. Now, I think the book is going to be much more... I hate to use the word explosive over and over again, but more explosive than the Netflix series, because it's really Harry's, exit from the royal family, but also a lot about, what happened to him as a young boy with his mother Diana.
I think so too. I think he's gonna explain his perspective. It will have to be his perspective, places that he was participating in, where and what and things like that. He has to put things in his perspective where everybody else is writing about him. He has a right to correct them. Maybe some part of this will be in there too.
Many more details about that as well. So I think the book's got the potential to be much more explosive, and the interviews are about the book. And I do know that those who interviewed Harry have read the book.
Interesting.
And therefore we'll be asking him exactly what he means by this paragraph or that paragraph.
Very interesting. Okay, so the people who interview him have, I guess they have to write, sign a confidentiality kind of thing. Okay, so not say what was in the book. And then once they read the book, I guess they could question him based on certain thing that was written. Okay, let's continue.
Paragraph.
It's going to be a heck of a watch, Chris, for those who wish to. When can we see it?
9 o'clock ITV on Sunday night, and then I think CBS goes out on Sunday evening in the US.
And I'm sure you'll be able to join my colleagues on LBC afterwards for some post-match analysis. Chris, thank you. Chris Shipp, ITV's royal editor. Let's come back to your calls on I'll ignore for now all the text saying please stop talking about Harry and Meghan. On the media point, I tend to agree with him. I think some of what's been written, said and done to him from very, very young age, in order to appease elements of the media, and that's a very broad term these days, but in order to appease elements of the media, would have left a horrendous mark on somebody, whoever they are. Anyway, we might come back to that later. Jackson Ealing, you want to talk about fraud, Jack? Hi.
Okay, so that was a very good, interesting thing where they said stop talking about it. And then some of the thing that I said, there's one comment I remember responded, and I said he has 38 years plus to keep on writing because it's to his entire life. Maybe one chapter or maybe a book could probably just explain one, maybe half a year of his life. Okay, maybe when he was 13 or something like that. Because those people were writing nonsense non-stop. Okay, let's see here. GB News on Spare, pathetic, what did you expect? You think they're gonna say it's glorious? Okay, pathetic, suggesting that one person could buy the book, tell them about it, and no one will need to buy it. Jealousy. Okay, it's a minute and 1 second.
TV on Sunday night and one of them on CBS in America. Well, they are the most fantastic free publicity because you couldn't buy that. It would cost you millions, and yet it is an advertorial for this book. You couldn't buy it. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I just ask, Michael, is this not a bit self-defeating? Because all it takes is for one person to buy one copy of Harry's book and tell us all in the media what's in it, and then we regurgitate that out to the world, and nobody else has to buy it.
They're trying to give people idea. Guess what? The day that people knew it was coming out, my goodness, they're trying to find. They're trying for him not to make money. My goodness. Well, you know what happened is that I remember when I was in high school. There was one exercise my teacher did where he made people line up around the classroom. Okay, he said something to one student and the student's ear. The student's supposed to say to the next student, and then at the end, the last person who got to hear what the next person said, supposed to say it out loud to see how what was said was what he said to the first student is what was eventually happened. Okay, everybody had enough with the nonsense with the tabloid. People wants to see it for themselves. Okay, for themselves, they want to read it and touch it, and hopefully it's if people ever met Harry, have Harry sign it. Alright, but guess what, you're giving other people's ideas when you or some of the royals do the thing. And the other thing with what he just said, to regurgitate what was said in the book, remember, these people, they lie. They lie so much, nobody will trust any damn thing that come out of their mouth. So he's even giving people idea to do that. But when you look at the public in general, the whole world, when they hear nonsense that's coming out of the UK, it's lies. So why would we depend on you to tell us what's in the book? Alright? So everybody already had enough with you. Well, most people, I would say, have enough of you. they will rather buy the book and read it for themselves, because you people lie too much. But anyway, let's listen. The book is already bestseller anyway.
Well, yeah, but they're printing this thing worldwide in 16 different languages, but they're so desperate to get the money back. And even in Little Woodbridge, not very far from here, it was being offered on pre-orders at half price a month before Christmas. Because, you see, what they've done is...
They like to downplay everything, Harry and Meghan. Okay, breaking news: the new name for royal sources, aka royal gossip monger, royal chatterbox, is inside source, aka Chuck mouthpiece, bully blabbermouth. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, royal sources slam nonsense claim by Prince Harry that his family has no willingness to reconcile, and said King Charles invited the Duke and Meghan to join them for Christmas. Those nonsense. Okay, but insiders at Buckingham Palace have poured cold water on the claim, branding them nonsense and saying Harry and his wife Meghan had an open invitation to join the rest of the firm this Christmas. Can you imagine this? Okay, that is despite... Can you imagine if Meghan and Harry went over there for Christmas? The nonsense that they will say afterward? Oh my God. That is despite the release of their bombshell Netflix program and the weeks before the festive period, which saw them launch a series of attacks on the monarchy. Speaking to the Mirror, one source said the latest claim by Harry was complete, unadulterated nonsense. They said, quote, "It takes some audacity to say that when his father invited him to stay at his house when in the UK invited him to spend Christmas with the rest of the family, and continued to make public statement of support." They also told the publication the king has been saddened that he hasn't had the opportunity to spend time with his grandchildren. He has always left the door open for his son and will continue to do so. I'm just sharing with you. It's painful reading this. Okay, there have been suggestions that there have been suggestions by some royal experts, though, that the already tense relationship between Harry and the rest of his family could become even more frayed upon the release of his memoir. Insiders fear that the Duke of Sussex and his brother William and Prince of Wales will never reconcile after Spare is released. Harry and Meghan have already moved on. Okay, with the book set to feature a stinging attack. You don't know. Nobody have the book as of now. Okay, with the book set to feature a stinging attack on him and his wife Kate, a source told the Sunday Times, "Generally, I think the book will be worse for them than the royal family is expected. Everything is laid bare. Charles comes out of it better than it had expected." Well, this is to make Charles' ear listen to positive things, to calm him down. Okay, but it's tough on William in particular, and even Kate gets a bit of a broadside. There are these minutes detail and a description of the fight between the brothers. I personally can see how Harry and William will be able to reconcile after this. Okay, there's this. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay, Prince Harry spares 6 days to go, and the speculation about what's in the book continues. Diana, rest in peace. They know nothing but making up BS because they've been given the right to serialize the book. Okay, Prince Random House, PR Audio. Let's see this one. Should read. So why did researchers for Harry's new memoir quiz me about Diana's death crash? After years of forensic investigation, I have grave doubt about the official version of what happened in Paris. Okay, when was that? What date? That's like yesterday. Okay, on the day Princess Diana was laid to rest in September 1997, her 12-year-old son, Harry, walked behind his mother's cortege as it traveled past the weeping crowds lining London Street. Okay, phew, this one was a long. I didn't expect this to be a long thread. All right, let's go to the next tweet. That's regarding the book release. Okay, you just know the UK press and royal family have been desperate to get copies of Harry's memoir and have failed. Okay, that's a different language. Okay, security level around the release of Prince Harry's memoir spare as high as those around the publication of J.K. Rowling's final Harry Potter's. Okay, I think it was on the last one as well. Someone must have tweeted it out. Okay, and it appears on that as well. Okay, I read that already from the other tweet. Alright, I'm just putting it, you guys could pause it and read it. Okay, let's read some of the comment. Okay, they are just creating drama. Yep, there's a laugh, and they had to write an article to let us know. Okay, Williams a bully, new henchman, Lee Thompson, ex-NBC asked for an advanced copy of Harry and Meghan's Netflix, so you can bet they will have been trying to get their hands on Spare too. But American companies stay consistent with the no, read at the same time as us, so no lies. Okay, listen, any best-selling author will sell their soul to be able to get this much hype, and I have loving this for Prince Harry. Everyone is screaming. This is about to be so good. Okay, the symbiotic relationship partners stay pressed. Alright, next tweet and my last one regarding the book release, and then after that I have two more. One is TikTok and one is Archwell. Next tweet.